Hello YouTubing peoples, and this is another video back from Illicit Aurora, I don't think I said that right. This is Illicit Aurora back with another video, not what I said. Anyway, today's video is probably going to be quite a long video, because my challenge today is to get us up to the second garage upgrade. But the second garage upgrade is level 12, and we are on level 4, and it's quite hard to get XP on this game, and it'll take us quite long to get there. There we go. But as you can see, we have the test path and the garage that we got last time, and yeah. So let's start the game. So we need to get the car. We need let's see what one has the most damage, because whatever one has the most damage or most to repair will probably give us the most XP, because we have to take the most parts off. Brake problems, hard to control, suspension. Let's do that. So let's take that. And it's a classical car as well, so it'll be pretty fun. And I would not like to be driving around on that. That is pretty rusty right there. So let's move this to our lifter A. There we go. So first we've got to see what problems we have with this car. It did tell us briefly, but let's look what the main ones are. So car's hard to control, leaf spring, that's at the back, and running gear. Oh my god. Okay, so this should give us a lot of XP, guys. I think it's like 1 XP for taking stuff on and off. Some things give you more depending on what it is. So let's do this handle leaf spring first, which is towards the back. So we need to lift it on the lifter, lift it all the way up, and the ambient noise this time, guys, should be a little bit quieter so you can actually hear me. I'll turn that down a bit, because last time it was the first time I did that and it was a bit loud. I apologise for that. So anyway, let's carry on with the leaf spring, which are these things. Rubber bushing, so let's take this out. What condition? Oh, it was 70. Oh, it wasn't that was bad. Unless there's... I'm not too sure actually. So actually let's take off the... Why am I doing this in a weird way? Let's take off the wheel first, because then that will make it easier for us to access everything, obviously, because the wheel covers everything up. Take that off. Right, do we need to fiddle around with the drum brakes? Let's have a look. We don't need to move the axle, do we? Tie rod, that's all the front. No, we don't need to move the stuff. So, actually, is it the actual leaf spring? Leaf spring? No, it's just the bolts. Oh, okay. Don't know why I was removing all that. We'll put that back on later. So the U-bolts are these things that keep the brackets on. So let's take this off. What condition is that? 13. Yeah, that needed to come off. But this needs to come off as well to take the bracket off. That's fine. That's over 50. Take that off. Yeah, that was damaged pretty bad. Right, let's go over here. Let's just click on this. Take the wheel off. Don't mind me if not doing it in a cross pattern, because it's not real life and it doesn't really matter. And also it's just so much more effort to do it in a cross pattern. And sometimes it doesn't work properly because the game recognises you taking out another bolt, and it's annoying. So for all you car nerds or people who enjoy playing the game like you would in real life, don't mind me for taking the bolts off and not a cross pattern, because it's just easier for me. So if we take this off as well, let's check. U-bolt. I've taken off 4 U-bolts and 2. Yep. So if we go to our computer, and the tablet upgrade, I'm not sure when that is. That is level 5. So next level. So I'll get that. So we have to keep going over to the computer all the time. It is fun to keep going over to the computer, in my opinion. But the tablet just makes it a bit easier because you don't have to move around. Okay, so we're at the computer main part. Right, I think it's under suspension, and then we go to leaf. Actually need 2 of those, 3 of those I think, and then that should do it. So let's go put these parts back on, and then we'll deal with the front, which looks pretty rusty. Yeah, look, the front looks really rusty over there. So if we put these back on, no, not that, that's not what I needed. We need to put the parts back on, so here we go. So let's start with the plate, and then the bolts, U-bolts. Right, and then when we, on one of my episodes, when we get to the junkyard stage, I think I said it in my last episode, but there is a way to make money on the junkyard, which is quite cool. It's quite a small amount, but it is a quite cool way. Also, if you would like me to show you how to do that, please leave in the comments if you would like me to do that video especially. But if not, then you can just wait for this episode to get up to the junkyard episode. So let's do these. Right, so that should be it for those. Let's just check it. Yep, all done. Right, so now we need to go to the front, and I just need to replace this bushing that I took out, because I thought it was this one that was broken, but it wasn't. So you put that back in, and then the wheels, obviously the one car won't be able to drive. Stutter there, I don't know why, because I'm talking too fast. Right, so if we do that, right, let's zoom out, go to this wheel over here, click it, and hold it to put it back on, like this, back on. There we go. Right, that's it. Right, and then if we go to our inventory, which is there, right, we'll just sell all the parts you don't need, because this was from the previous job I did in my last episode. We don't need all those broken. You can repair them if you want for cheaper, but I don't really see any point. This to me is quite useless because you can just buy parts. Anyway, this is the really damaged part. Let me just go around here. This, look, right, so do we need any brakes for this? Running gear. It doesn't say they want brakes, but I just want the suspension. Take suspension if we have to take the brakes off anyway, so we're going to remove these. 55%, that's okay. But these 62, that's still good. And 60, okay, so I'm fine with that. Hubcap, 58 is good. Bearings, 55, still good. So just replace the parts that they want, otherwise you're just wasting money on useless stuff that you're not going to get back. So let me take the knuckle cover off. Right, and then you take this. And the rubber bushings are in here, but they'll be removed later, don't worry. Right, then shock absorber or front spring. That was removed in one component. If you noticed, on the last mechanic games, you remove the top and then the spring, but there's a special tool in the garage to do that for you. So you can do that on the car, which is quite cool, and it just adds that little bit more realism to the game. So we just take out this last piece, then we can take the steering knuckle off. There you go, this thing. Right, this looks in a tie rod. Yeah, that needs fixing. Steering rack, I don't know if we need one of them. Let's have a look. Yes, we need a steering rack as well. So if we go onto the other side, let's click this wheel. There we go. Take this off, so we can get to the other side. Right, that's done. Right, brakes again, obviously, because you can't get to it. But these should be in good condition because the person hasn't requested. Sometimes they don't request it and you have to replace it because it's under a certain condition, because they don't know what's broken. But today it doesn't look like it because they're all over 50%. So let's take this off. Right. Do we need the spring? Actually looks pretty good on this side. So we go here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this side and then see what we have left. Then I know what I need to take off and what I don't, just to save time. So if we go suspension, right, need arm, suspension, arm, right, we need bottom, that one, need springs as well. It was C that we needed. In a tie. Let's go to inventory. Right, so we got those. There's the wishbone absorber, upper, bottom, knuckle C, bushings. Yeah, okay. So we need the steering knuckle, which is, I don't know where they are. Bushings, that'll do. Just buy some of those. Don't know how many I need, so I'm just gonna buy that many. Right, double wishbone, which is RC. Double wishbone. There we go. Front. Yes. Right, so let's go fit these. Just see if I have all the parts that we need. Fit these onto here. Part mount. So let's fit the new one, and then the steering. That's fine, just over 50. Anything over 50 I always put back on the car. If it's under 50 then I will. I didn't buy the upper. My bad. I swear I did, but that's probably because I'm talking about it but not buying it. So we need to find the upper, which is, I've probably gone past, oh there we go. There. So let's go replace this. And this is where the bushings come in. You press this, and then here are all your new bushings. This is where you replace them. It doesn't come with the part, so you have to buy them separately, which is quite cool, which you would do in real life. So this game has got more aspects that are realistic, but then some have gone downhill. Some things, but this game still needs a lot of updates because there are still a lot of errors. I have found some glitches and errors, and if they haven't been patched by the time I get to them, I will show you guys. But I hope they are patched because they can be very annoying when you're trying to do stuff in this game. So, and this is where we need to assemble the suspension, which is the spring pillar. So we go join parts, then our new suspension pieces, and that will, like, as you can see, look, it will like pull it apart or pull it together. I don't know, but it's doing something, and it makes the spring up for you. Let's go place this on the car like this, and here is our new shock, and we place it all as one part, which is quite good. Just place it in. There you go, there's our shock. Right, and then we need to put the steering knuckle cover. That's fine. All of these parts are fine. So 50 yet again, as I've said loads of times before, but just getting the point across. Bearing, the ventilator. I don't know why cars have ventilated at the front and non-ventilated at the back. This has drums at the back, but if on this game, if cars do have discs at the back, they seem to have no ventilator at the back for some reason. So if you know the reason for that, just drop it in the comments. But yeah, so let's put these on, and then the wheel. And the sound for putting these bolts on the wheels is all the same. There's no different sounds. Just randomly, it's all the same, which is annoying. They don't have different sounds, but right. So let's see what we've done. We have to. Whoa! So we need rubber bushing and a steering rack. I just remembered the steering rack. We need to take both sides off. So, and there's another thing that I've just noticed. If I can get to it, can you see that this tie rod is glitching in the wheel? Which is a bit weird. Maybe the wheel goes too far onto the assembly, maybe? I'm not sure, but look, it just glitches into the wheel, which I'm not sure why. They wouldn't do that in real life, obviously, because the wheel wouldn't spin. But anyway, let's take this wheel off again, because I have put it back on. So we should be able to take, yeah, there we go. Take that off. We don't need to take the whole thing apart, we just need this off. Then we can take the steering rack off. So, and then we need a bushing from somewhere, which I expect is probably in one of these arms. Just check. I can't see in there, so I'm not sure, but it's probably in one of them, or it might be in the suspension somewhere. But we'll have a look. So if we take this tie rod or tie rods off, and we can take the steering rack, and then we can look for the bushing that we need. So steering rack, right. So let's just take off the top. Let's see if it's this one. Let's see, rubber bushing, they're all fine. Might be suspension, but I'm not too sure. So if we take this off, then we should be able to take the bottom off. And also stuff floats, which is kind of annoying. But but I don't know how else they would make the game otherwise. Like if I take this off, if I've taken both suspension arms off, and this knuckle is holding on to nothing, but then again, I don't. They could make it fall on the floor, I guess, which would be quite interesting. Then it'd be quite annoying at the same time. So maybe it's this one. Let's just take this one out. Nope, it's not that one. Where is this bushing? This one. It's not that one either. And it's definitely not on this side of the car because I took all that suspension apart. It's not that one. Is it this one? It is the last one I look at. Surprise, surprise. So they are bushings. Let's just see what bushings we've got. We have got a new bushing, so that's good. So actually, before I do that, I'm just going to go by the steering rack. Then that means we have all the parts we need to put the car back together and give it back to the owner. So there's a steering rack. Right. So let's go back to the car, and this car is from Ireland. Okay, that's another thing about this game. It's quite interesting actually. You get cars from all over the world. You can get cars from America, from like Italy, Great Britain, Germany. The number plates are from like everywhere. So everyone in the world comes to your garage because your garage must be amazing. I'm not too sure. But anyway, you get cars from all over the world. We don't need... let's use the old one because we're going to put the new one in suspension. That will do. And to make that not happen, well, so we don't do that again, and accidentally put the new one in, I'm just going to go ahead and put the new one in on here. It doesn't matter where. I could have put the new one in, but I just feel like putting it in suspension because that's what the old one came out of. So we can put the rest in. Just make sure we don't put the damaged one back in anywhere. Put that in there. And then this one, and there's two more which should be just about right for the suspension arms because they have two in them. New steering rack. Let's try and get back to somewhere where we can see. Just click on start. There you go. Zoom out. So go upper suspension arm. We can use the rest of the non-broken bushings just to put in here. So yeah, they're half worn, but the person won't care. Trust me. I don't think people can complain on this game if you do stuff wrong. And I think you can turn vehicles in early as well. So like, if you haven't fully finished, unless it was glitching out. I've done that once. I accidentally pressed finish job, and yeah, I gave the vehicle in when it was missing stuff. I wasn't supposed to. But that was kind of an accident, and the person accepted it for some reason, but it was missing like brakes and everything, but that's their loss. Anyway, so we assemble these last parts. Now I need to go around the other side and just put the wheel and tie rod back on and everything. Brakes. I don't think those brakes do very good in a quick stop, but there you go, they haven't asked us to replace them, so yeah, again, that's their problem. Just these last pieces, and I should be able to put the wheel back on. There we go. That's another thing I don't get, right? Like, I don't know how the wheel goes on because there's no, like, because you normally have things coming. I don't know how to explain it, but you normally have things coming off the brake, I think, to put the wheel. I'm not too sure. I'm not a car person. I just enjoy playing this game. So car people don't moan at me for getting stuff wrong because I don't really pay attention to cars that much. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy cars. Like, I like to drive a car and all that. I enjoy playing racing games and stuff, but I just don't know like workings and stuff. I don't know all the details. I just know a few things. So let's put the wheel back on. I know what a wheel's called, don't worry. So we just put this back on. Right, and then this should be done. Let's just check. They're all ticked, and they're all ticked. Good. So we are good to go. So let's finish the job. Oh, finish order. There we go. And the ramp just teleports down, which I don't know why. In 2015 it actually went down when you took a car off it. But there you go. Right, so we are nearly level 5, and this is annoying. We need to get to level 12. I don't think we're going to get to level 12 in this episode, but we're going to try and get at least a tablet maybe. Anyway, so let's go see if what facilities we have. So main gate, we have nothing except for test track. I don't know, I have unlocked these in my other account, because as I said, I have an account which I've been playing quite a lot, and I've unlocked these, but I don't know what level you unlock them. So let's try and get to the next level by doing the next order. So, Mazda RX-3, I'm going to do that just because it's a real car, and it's not a made up car. So, ooh, that looks pretty bad as well. No, I did not want to open that, thank you very much. Move car, and then we move to lift A, there we go. So, let's see what's wrong with this one. Brake shoe and brake caliper. Is that it? We're not going to get much for this, but the annoying part is we need to find what wheel. And depending if there is calipers at the front or drums, then we can find. And there is calipers, and it said brake shoe, which is a drum brake. So, which is the back, but I'm not going to know which one it is until I take both of them apart. So, if we take the back wheel off, and let's just check again. It was brake shoe and it was a caliper, so we will need to do something. Okay, it was this one. But we will need to do stuff on the front. So you go back here, and it was that one. Lucky for me, I chose the right one. Right, that caliper looks pretty bad, but then this one doesn't look as bad. I'm gonna go for this one. No, my luck, it's probably going to be the other one now after heard that, but you never know. This one does look more rusty than the other one, so it probably is this one, but we don't know. Let's take off. Oh, what did I just zoom into? Let's just zoom back into the brake. There we go. Right, take the caliper off. I think it might be this one. Yes, it was that one. Oh my god, people do not look after their cars on this game. Like, seriously guys, come on. You could at least do some maintenance once in a while. Anyway, let's go to brakes. Right, we need a shoe and a caliper. I'm just going to buy a cylinder for no reason, because it will look better and fit better with the caliper. So, let's go back here. Attach these parts on. We're not going to get much XP for this. I might have to split this into 2 or 3 episodes to get to the new garage, but yeah, it should be fun anyways. So if we put this tyre and wheel, but wheel back on, I don't know why I said tyre, let's put this back on like that. Go to the rear, and we can put the shoe back on like that, and then the drum. I thought the whole thing was called the drum, but maybe not, or maybe it's just this game, but I'm not sure. But if I get stuff wrong, people just put stuff in the comments stating what car terminology I got wrong, and I'll be totally fine with that. Just don't know me. Anyway, so we finished that. We are level 5, which means we can get our tablet. Woo! So let's just look what all these do. So instantly examine, no thank you. Unlocks tired tread tester. I've never actually used that, but that seems pretty cool. Repair chance. So these are all the repair chances up here, and we are going to buy the tablet, which means when we are working on a car, if you don't know, instead of going over the computer, we can just press T, and then we have the computer in front of us. And the annoying thing about this is you can't press escape to go back a page because it quits. So you have to press you have to use the actual buttons up here to go home or something, which can be annoying because I'm so used to pressing escape to go back a page, but it's something you learn. And another thing I was talking about is plates. Like, look at all of these plates, like from everywhere in the world. You have states in America, you have European countries, you have like Chinese plates, like different places in China. It's just weird how many countries come to your garage. But anyway, let's see what there is to see. Monaco. Some of these number plates I've never seen, but whoa, you can get a special Playway number plate. That's pretty cool. Red Dot City. Sorry about that. I don't know what my USB is doing. But you can get number plates that are not real. Like, you can get stuff by the game creators. I didn't know that. I might buy that for one of my cars. That's pretty cool. What is this? Mexico. Whoa. Anyway, that is just a tablet, and then that is just a few tools and stuff. I still haven't found a way to modify your garage, which is really annoying me, because in 2015 you could actually do that. No, I still can't find a way to mod your garage. That is annoying. But I'm gonna cut that there today, guys. Unfortunately, we failed our challenge, which is to get to this garage. But I think, in theory, that was a really hard challenge because it was level 12 and we were level 4, and as you can see by the XP at the top, it takes quite a long time to get to certain levels. So anyway, there you go. So I'm going to finish the video here. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. Also, comment, because comments are very important to me. Feedback, I like that feedback. And also, a new feature. Oh, it's not really new, but I haven't asked you guys to do this before. But why not press the bell below the video? I'll show you now. Why don't you press that bell there, just so you get notifications when my new videos come up, and also subscribe. Thanks for watching.